Hey everybody, welcome tonight to the live stream. Sorry for that little bit late of a start. There's been some glitches in the system and I still hear it, so I don't know what's going on there. But anyway, let's just get started.
The Soulborg are trying to stop us.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. There's an echo.
The Soulborg are trying to stop.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm not playing any audio.
Do you guys hear that, or is it just on my head?
I don't hear it.
Okay, so it's just our voices. Okay, if it's just on my end, then I can handle it.
I don't hear it.
Okay, so it's just our voices. Okay, if it's just on my end, then I can handle it. All right, that's fair. I'll just have to figure out what's going on later. Anyway, all right, welcome everybody to the live stream tonight, and now my mind is totally out of it. All right, welcome everybody to the live stream tonight, and now my mind is totally. That's gonna drive me nuts. All right, so we are together tonight because there have been some things happening. That's gonna drive me nuts. The past few days. We are together tonight because there have been things happening. From what we were talking about last Sunday, and those of us that were here, we were anticipating the opening of Discord for the Avalon Hill Discord, and that's happened. We've got new information, so we're going to be talking about that tonight. Going to do a couple things. First, I want to introduce our panel of people tonight, starting with Jason. Go ahead and introduce yourself, Jason. Our panel of...
Thanks for having me. I'm Jason, the creator of the Tabletop Battlefield. You can find me over on YouTube under Rocker Robotics, and also the creator of Legends of Caladacia, the space combat miniatures game.
And Jeremy?
Yep. My name is Jeremy, also known as Croto and also known as Majora's Incarnation on the Heroscape.com forums. I run the channel The Esalen Call It, which is a lore dump site. I basically just categorize all the lore of video games, tabletop games, and of course now that Heroscape is returning, I'm going to be talking about the lore of Heroscape a lot. So,
absolutely. And Joe.
I am Joe Crazy 3193. The numbers are just a formality. It's whatever. And I run my own YouTube channel as well, where we mostly do Heroscape stuff now, but a little bit here and there. But yeah. So Ryan, tell us. You have secrets? You have things to tell us?
Maybe, possibly, sort of, kind of. We're gonna get into that.
Spill the beans. Like literally, get a can of beans and just spill it on the floor. It'd be great, thanks.
Gosh, yeah. There's so much to say, and I remember when I was messaging you guys earlier today, saying, "Oh yeah, this is gonna take probably about half hour to hour tops," and then just more stuff came on top of us this afternoon, and more information, and I'm just like, okay, it'll probably be a little longer than an hour. It's going to be a little longer than an hour, so we're going to get started with all of that. Some of the stuff all of you watching probably already know, but first thing I'm going to talk about is back last Monday morning when I uploaded the video to YouTube of our stream chat from last Sunday, talking about Age of Annihilation and all the things that we knew then. I had a commenter on that video who, let's just say it was an interesting comment, and I just want to bring that up real quick. And some of you will probably know this right away. There was one piece of information that I called rumor on Sunday night, and it was from someone in Discord called Carmine, and I'm just like, okay, we're gonna read this. It was about some of the like digital media details of the background of everything that they're doing in Avalon Hill for Heroscape on the media advertising side, basically. And now we know that this is not rumor. This is actually something very verified, because it was this person that did the commenting actually didn't watch the live stream, but he saw our YouTube video on Tales of Valhalla YouTube page from Chris Nadow, I believe. Chris, if I'm butchering your name, I apologize, but he said, "Excellent video, gentlemen. great summary and commentary. I appreciate the enthusiasm and perspective. And so I ended up asking, hey, you don't have to be Carmine in Discord. Thanks very much. And thanks for the bit of knowledge you posted. As a matter of fact, that's exactly who I am. So yes, and who is Chris Nadeau? Let's take a look at that real quick. He introduces himself on Discord, saying, hello, my name is Chris Nadeau, and I am the design and development lead on Avalon Hill here at Hasbro. Our design and development team is responsible for the product narrative and creative design of our brands, whether that is writing and testing new rules, weaving together immersive stories of fantasy and intrigue, conceptualizing worlds and characters, or creating vibrant illustrations and graphic elements. Behind our brands, our crew are the creative visionaries, the rule lawyers, the art directors, and the fiction authors of Avalon Hill. Our team is built on the personal passion and enthusiasm of our people, each playing their part in the intricate process needed to create our products. This means you'll see different members of the design and development playing point on certain topics, conversations, and questions. My greatest passion has always been world building, creating those deep and emotional universes where imaginations are sparked and dreams become a reality, placed directly in front of your senses to overload your brains with possibilities. So this is very interesting because, and for those of you who are watching this on YouTube, when I post it up tomorrow morning, I said something last Wednesday, kind of calling out Craig Van Ness. I'm going to say something right now, just for me personally, when it comes to Tales of Valhalla, since we have people involved in the production right now, and this is just me being incredibly selfish, but you guys who's involved in production, if you're in contact with Craig Van Ness and if he has not seen Tales of Valhalla content, have him watch at least the last episode that we released or the trailer for season 2 and let him know if there is some way that they're producing like advertising or any way they're doing, because we're going to break down that trailer from a filmmaking perspective and just my observations on it. But this is someone that has done stop motion animation to these characters for several years, and you have no one else out there in the world that has that experience. And Craig Van Ness, this is for you. Call me. If there's any way you want this type of stop motion animation as like advertising or storytelling with your stuff, let's talk. Or grab whoever's involved in the media production side of that. Call me. Call me right now, because you're not going to find anybody else in the world out there, because there ain't nothing else like this out there. Anyway, okay, I was gonna save that for the end of the stream, but since there's people already on board listening to that, yeah, that's what I wanted to get that out. Okay, and probably play that role right here. But basically, I say that kind of calling out Craig Van Ness. Watch my stuff, watch this stuff, then call me, basically. And I think I aimed a little too high, because more sense, this is the guy who Craig Van Ness answers to, so in technical terms, his boss saw the Tales of Valhalla YouTube channel and saw our video, and hopefully he's seen a couple of the animations. I don't know yet. But yeah, so that's kind of cool, and we'll see where that goes in the future. But Chris seems like a very nice guy, and he's been very nice about commenting with people, just talking with people on Discord. So it's great to have him talking. Apparently he's known Heroscape for a while. He loves Heroscape, and along with everybody else. So it's good to have him on board with communicating to people out there. And it's funny, we were just making Monty Python jokes too before we came on the stream as well. That was kind of funny. So good for you, Chris. Keep on with the good work. I don't know if you guys have anything to say about that.
He's yeah. I mean, he's right now. He's being like the marketing team right now,
Pretty
just
much.
going out there, talking to the community, trying to get feedback. You know, give them hints, give them like something to kind of like to munch at. Which is great. You know, because I was chilling last night playing some video games, and I was just watching the Discord, trying to go in a little bit, say here and there, give feedback and stuff. And yeah, I saw him coming in, answering different people, um, very vague statements, but fun, fun stuff.
He's trying his best.
Yeah,
The little
yeah.
that he can share.
Staying active, and that's cool. I think that's fantastic that he's there, interacting with everybody, enjoying the excitement, for what we have here. I mean, look, this Heroscapers are the best community ever, truly. So
We have a great community.
so he's just first time engagement. I don't know if he's ever been on the Heroscapers forums or not, or been on the Discord in disguise, maybe in a different alt account or something in the shadows. But yeah, I mean, it seems like he's doing a good job and trying to engage the community and figure out everything a little bit about us. So be on your best behavior, fellows. All right, seriously.
He seems to have a lot of interest in the story and developing the story and the lore. Which, I mean,
As do I.
for like me and Jeremy, that's going to be kind of fun because we've been neck deep in that for several years.
Yep. I got all them documents.
Yep, exactly.
And that's great. And that's great for me because when I grew up with the game, that was the one thing that I didn't know existed. It wasn't until
Oh,
much
there's a
later
sweet
that I
part.
realized, oh, there's something here. Like, even though Tales of Valhalla isn't like canon, but like it's still like it was a story of Heroscape that I didn't know existed. And now so with showing up all the lore and this Dawn Raider Syndicate and like there's more to grasp on, to figure out what's going on in this world. Is there like a cultural thing going on? Are people growing in Valhalla now? Like people have been teleported to this one world, and are there's gonna be like the mixing of cultures and like that going on? Or people blows my mind. Are we gonna get Viper samurais? Are we gonna get Soulborg monks? Like what is like? Where is the one starts and the other thing ends? Like what's happening?
That's nice.
Like I said, I think it's gonna be big. I just have a feeling
Yeah.
it's gonna be. They say it's gonna be big. I think it's gonna be big.
And
I know
with-
they. Sorry, I didn't want to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead. So I actually was during, not jumping ahead, but on the day 2 release, we're having a conversation in the Lavalon Hill Discord. So and Chris is responding to everybody as we all talk about the drop, and I mentioned something. I was like, I can't remember. I said something that the lore inspired my own writing, and I mentioned something. I was like, it was yeah, I was like, the lore inspired my own writing. I'm really excited about to see where they go with it. And he said, and he replies to me, like he replies to my message with, and we're just getting started. And I'm like, bruh, like, don't be like that. You gonna make me. But it was just like his interaction was like that, and it was just really nice to see that. And I'm like, I mean, like that, you gonna make me. I'm kind of stuck now. I think I'm gonna be talking about Heroscape for the next few years. Like I'm,
I mean,
I'm
the
like, ooh.
community is incredibly eager for lore. I mean,
Yeah.
that's one thing. I mean, one thing too. It's even with video games now. Everyone likes talking about the lore of a video game. There's thousands of different videos now. Talking about different games, even if it's the Five Nights at Freddy's or it's Halo, it's whatever. Any independent game comes out, there's a lore about it. So why not board games? And well, with Valhalla and Heroscape and all the generals having this war, everyone has their story from themselves to these new characters that we're getting. And it is so awesome that we might be getting way more
Yeah.
lore. It's great. It's exciting. I'm excited for it. But Ryan, what's next on the list? Are we talking about the new stuff yet? What's happening? Because I don't want to jump ahead.
Yeah, Jason,
Yeah,
did you have
I was
anything to
just
say?
replying to a reply.
Ryan, what's
I guess
next
my
on the
question
list?
is, the last time we were talking about, the practicality of that Star Wars author writing stuff for Heroscape, which we now know he actually is doing. Do we know what exactly he's doing? Are we talking just some stuff for the game?
We haven't actually asked that question.
They just hired.
That's a question
Okay.
need to ask sometime. But yeah, I'll have to write that down.
Yeah,
So.
they just hired.
We have that in the future. I do want to.
Maybe they're writing a movie.
I want to.
Oh
I
my
hope
God.
No, let's not go that far yet. Let's not go that far yet.
Wait, everyone watch Tales of Valhalla first, and then talk
Yes,
about
that. But
Oh my God.
I do want to address just some of the comments from Sunday's video that I posted on YouTube, because we do have people that comment, and I like to read the comments from the Tales of Valhalla viewers, so I'm going to do that. Just give me a moment for that. First comment is Chad Beckstead. Ha, I'm surprised my comic got mentioned. Yes, Chad, and it's mentioned again. So congratulations. He actually wrote a few comments. We're gonna get to
Double
one
mention.
kind of addressed to you, Jason. So hold on a second. But RB R lowercase. Is there a video game launching with this? As far as we know, no. No video game. No.
That we're aware of.
That we're aware of.
Right?
Probably not. This really needs to be
Everyone here
massive
just gonna blow
Mondos.
our minds.
Just getting started.
Like,
Like that means nothing. What does that mean?
what does that mean? But right now, no. Okay.
We just see Chris Evans. Chris Evans just appears on the screen.
Okay, Jason.
Heroscape.
Jason,
I'm playing.
This is kind of a comment. I think kind of meant for you, because I think you were talking about the difference between soft and hard plastics. And Chad again comments and says, I highly disagree with the hard plastic being higher quality option. I've had so many miniatures break and 3D printed ones also due to the type of plastic they use. I never had a single Heroscape figure break, even in big tubs that the hard plastic figures just can't seem to survive. What do you say to that, Jason?
So the first note is 3D printed miniatures and hard plastic injection molded are two totally different technologies. They're not the same material whatsoever.
Right.
3D printed, especially the SLA things, are very fragile, as with other types of resins. When it comes to quality, I'm not talking about necessarily durability, because yes, the more hard something is, the more chance it is of breaking. He's correct there. It's the detail quality. The detail quality of hard plastic miniatures is far superior to what you get with the softer things. And I mean, you just got to take a look at any Games Workshop miniature and compare it to any soft miniature that, say, comes with, whether it's a board game or some of the earlier days of Star Wars Legion, and this thing is crap ton better in terms of detail. But yes, you got to be more careful with them, and he's correct about that. So you really shouldn't be tossing your expensive hard plastic miniatures in boxes. That's how you break them.
So
He's right.
real quick, Twitch is saying there's an echo on their end too.
Okay, and I'm not getting any messages. Okay, so there is an echo. There is an echo happening. I don't know where it's coming from. And
Okay, can I make a suggestion?
Yeah.
Is your headset have a microphone?
I don't know where it's coming from.
Okay. Can I make a suggestion?
It does, but it's...
Is it muted?
yeah, it's off.
Have a microphone. Oh, then I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I checked everything. I looked to see, because I do have windows of this live stream on, but everything should be muted. Everything looks muted. I don't know. I checked. So, and I'm not actually receiving any messages. Like, I have thing. I only see that I have a number of viewers. I'm only tied to one channel, and I'm not getting any messages either from Twitch. So there are gremlins in
Do you
the live
have the
stream
stream
tonight, people.
open on a separate
There's just
tab?
gremlins here. I do apologize for that here. Let's see here. Hey, Arable, okay. Yeah, I'm hearing you twice. In fact, all of you. Yep. Yep, there's an echo. Do you watch your own stream? Yeah,
'Cause it might be
and that's the
playing.
thing. I don't watch it, but I do have the windows on, but they are all muted. So I don't... Yeah, and that's the thing. Wait, I think I got it. I think I got it. Actually, there was one that was unmuted.
Uh-oh.
But that still doesn't explain why I'm not getting messages from my feed. So, those of you who are commenting on Twitch, yeah, okay. Thank you, Arable. Thank you so much.
Cool. How does it sound now?
It sounds a lot better to me now.
Yeah, it's fixed now.
Yeah, it sounds a lot better to me. Yeah. Okay, so that was my bad. Now, Jeremy, you're gonna have to be the Twitch comment handler tonight, though, because
yeah, I
can see the people on, but for some reason the messages aren't getting through to me. So, yeah, I apologize for the echo at the beginning, but we can now continue with the stream. See, again, drugs in the morning is not good. See, I knew it. Type. I'm talking Benadryl, people. Nothing drastic. Anyway. All right. So, okay, that's Jason's response to that, Chad, and then Chad has one more comment. And Chad, if you comment more in the future, I'm just gonna probably start calling you the Chad, so that way everybody knows who you are, the Chad. To better connect lore with original Heroscape, I think it would be cool if Sergeant Drake Alexander and Raylan survive the old wars, and Age of Annihilation has a Stage 3 old age version of those characters. Better balance this time around, though, of course. Comments?
Yeah, they already have a better Raylan. They came from with the Swarm of the Morrow set. So solid done. I think they completely did that. Nice job, everybody. We did it.
So, in respect to that, because they're referring to the different epochs, and I think the conversation's come up a couple times in Discord about, you know, what time is this being taking place, and they seem to be pointing out that it's definitely in the future. Like, so Swarm of the Morrow didn't start till 5 years after Rise of Valkyrie, right? So everything from the start of when the summonings began, when the generals kind of start, you know, fighting each other. There's this like intercession period where Jandar sends people to go and talk to the other generals to kind of get them to ally with each other. So at the start of Swarm of the Morrow, everyone's teamed up against Uthgar. Like that was like, it's like everybody versus him, and then that's where the game ended, right? They cut it off at that point, right? The whole Valkyriel general, the whole Dungeons and Dragons characters, all that stuff, that was Wizards of the Coast trying to add to the lore, but they didn't really connect it to the story that had ended with Swarm of the Morrow. So that kind of is like, you know, over there in some corner. We acknowledge it, but we don't know where to put it. So jumping ahead a few years into the future seems to be the best way to fix all of the little, you know, time plot, you know, discrepancies that we currently have. And seeing what the characters have done in the fact that they still haven't won the war, or, you know, the goal at the time was to recover these keys, these amulet keys. If they could recover 7 of the amulet keys, that would allow them to kind of restore the power of the Wellsprings to send them back to their home planets. That hasn't happened yet. So I'd imagine if that still hasn't happened yet, what have they done in the meantime? That would be a great place to start for Age of Annihilation. So,
I would like to see a recurrence of some characters. It doesn't have to be exactly Drake Alexander or Raylan, but it would be cool to see some OG characters getting like a revamp or an older version of themselves, or
I know Drake.
Some type of explanation. You know,
I know Drake is Craig Van Ness's favorite because that's the name of his sons.
like what Jason kind of recommend, maybe an ancestor of Toothpick or something that would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
So nostalgia is good for selling stuff. So, you know, if the timeline is just far enough advanced where you can bring in old characters, people like that because they like the old characters. Plus, you also want to move it ahead a little bit to then, therefore, you get a bit of mystery as to what happened. So I don't think you're going to get everything and what happened right away. It's entirely possible
for sure.
People who are still around don't even know what happened. There's going to be this exploration
make us guess
to fill in the time gaps. Because one of the challenges I think you run into when you try to add on to a story that's kind of already been told is everybody in the community has their own ideas as to what happened after the events of the game. And if Avalon Hill comes out and yes, as Tales of Valhalla, we know all about that. If Avalon Hill comes out and tells like this is exactly what happened,
we're gonna be like, hey, wait.
Yeah, someone's gonna be happy. A lot of people aren't. So having this whole more exploration of what happened is a little bit more friendly to introduce people to new ideas.
For sure.
Yeah, agreed. And here, wait a second. I'm just gonna do one thing because I actually can go on my phone and probably get the comments on Twitch from here, so I can actually view it from my phone. I'll be viewing several dozen windows at once this live stream, but you know what? We're gonna make this darn thing work. Dang it. Here, hold on a moment. Let me see.
How are they telling the story before now? Was it just through the notes, through the manuals?
So Thormund's Journal was a periodically updated series that you could access on Heroscape.com, so the OG website.
Oh.
And every once in a while they would drop a couple chapters. The timeline wasn't like consistent. It would just every once in a while, hey, new update, and then everyone's like, freak, and then they all throw themselves at the website until to find it. And I think they were able to do 5 chapters of Thormund's Journal before the game ended. And that's where we get our details about the timeline, what has happened to the characters up to this point, the alliances between the generals, so on and so forth.
Oh, okay.
And every once in a while we would get like small lore details from the online scenarios. So when they would drop the different landscapes that you could build up and stuff like that, the official ones that were made by the dev team, they would have little lore bits here and there. Like that's where we found out that Vidar betrays the alliance because he was like, well, now that Valkyrie's in the picture, I don't want to deal with it. Time to betray y'all. And that was like the last bit of lore before the game ended.
Okay.
That kind of stuff.
Arable has a question. I don't. Maybe I missed something, but he says, "Can we make Joe ride the bike?" What does that mean?
The bike behind him.
Bike
On
in
the
the
camera.
Oh, right. Here's me not paying attention to things.
If we get,
I'll do it on my own channel. Okay.
we have to get 100 followers, and then we'll make Joe.
Yes.
Come on, Joe Crazy. You can do, yeah. Poor guy. He just moved in. He just moved in.
I look at all these boxes I gotta get rid of.
Yeah, sure.
I got a bunch of stuff I gotta get rid of. I gotta dress it up.
Oh, poor guy, and pulling him in this live stream when he's got better.
I did use it. I have used it. So in the future, maybe we can get some sub goals going. I don't know.
Right.
I was trying to say something here. Help me lose some weight. But anyway, we're talking about Heroscape.
Right.
Heroscape.
Okay, Discord. So now we had to wait an extra day for this because apparently there was bot issues and stuff.
Yeah, they were running a bot test, and as someone that runs his own server, I can totally understand that.
All of us minds were blowing on Monday, just think, okay, what's going on?
Waiting for
happening?
something to happen.
It's like, at least we had, Chris commenting on our on the Tales of How YouTube page to hold us over, for an extra day.
Right.
But everyone else was just going nuts, like, what's going on? It wasn't until Tuesday when finally this popped up on Avalon Hill Games tweet. Avalon Hill is launching a Discord server, and we want you to join us. We'll be sharing info on all our titles, such as this tease from Gen Con booth. There's more inside, and you follow the link. And if you're watching this on YouTube, I'll have the link probably to this tweet or to the Discord below in the whatever section has stuff in it. Oh my goodness, my brain isn't working. And so go to the Discord, and then one of the first things that we saw on Tuesday was this bit of artwork here.
The Dawn Raiders Syndicate.
Talking about the Dawn Raider Syndicate. So we'll start talking about that first. Nice little bit.
Where is the flak cannon? Did we choose the flak cannon or the Gatling gun? We don't know yet.
We don't know. Maybe.
Where is that Cthulhu monster? I want that.
Just maybe you could choose.
See, that's my theory. My theory, you can swap them out.
Or
but
maybe there's one and one with another.
Maybe it's like they're just large, unique squad.
Right.
Or one hero with one and one hero with another.
Yeah, that'd be kind of dope. And obviously the question is the name of the card the creature riding it, or is it the creature themselves?
So the way it always worked, I think in Heroscape.
I think it was the one that was riding it. Like
yeah, it was
Subakna
always
is
the
guy
rider.
riding the dragon.
Yep, Torkolna was the guy riding the giant. You know, they've always had the rider is the character on the card, but then his mount is kind of part of what he does. Yeah.
How about we read what was posted with this photograph, okay? And so what was posted, and here we got N Carmen again, Chris. And Chris, I'm going to ask you one question. If you watch this if you're watching this tonight, or if you watch it on YouTube tomorrow, what does N Carmine mean? Is Carmine from what we were wondering? Is it from the Gears of War, or is it from something else? Please answer in the comments below to let us know, because we need to know this.
We have questions.
This is the information we need to know now.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
All right. So what did he write?
Designer's notes. Day 1. The Dawn Raider Syndicate, which is a new faction, people. It is a new faction. A first look at our initial concept boards associated with one of Heroscape's new playable factions. That means there's more than one, people. For the upcoming release of Age of Annihilation, the Dawn Raider Syndicate represented an amazing opportunity to recognize some of our previous fan favorite species in the new product line, while also creating a platform to experiment with new creatures and unit types. And when this photo showed up, there was a lot of speculation. Okay, what is the Dawn Raiders Syndicate? This is what everybody was wondering for like 24 hours. And so we got the answers today, actually. So Arable is saying it's a French mine for cars, and car mine. I
think that was mean. He's memeing. That's a meme.
Okay. Anyway, so Dawn Raider Syndicate. So we have these drawings, and we have like there's just interesting people here. We have one that might be an orc, but the rest are like, could be elves, could be skeleton creatures, could be I don't know. These are just you can tell there's been a lot of imagination happening. They've had like over a year to think about this stuff, and I'm sure they had a list. And so who knows what we'll be coming up with, but I think it's going to be a lot of really, really cool stuff. But anyway, today, if you guys not, because I think we'll have more to say once we know what happens today, and then we can discuss it all. Fair enough?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do that. Let's discuss this. Okay. So let me get to... I gotta get to the first one here. Hold on. If it's not this one, let's see here. Yeah, I think it... Okay. So, Day 2, which is today. Designer's notes, Day 2. Faction lore. The mercenaries of the Syndicate call no Valkyrie their master. So this is information on the Dawn Raider Syndicate. They call no Valkyrie their master. I mean, there's no Valkyrie general in charge of them. Refusing to bend the knee to any of the warring factions on Valhalla. With motivations as varied as the composition of those species that call the Syndicate their own, the Dawn Raiders take to the battlefields of Valhalla for whichever side pays their high price for temporary loyalty. Often found in the shadows of the main advance, they fight for more than just the spoils, booty, and carnage, but because they enjoy the challenge of battle. The Dawn Raiders are led by a charismatic council of captains who collectively function as the Syndicate's governing body in deciding the path of the Dawn Raiders, negotiate terms with the other factions on Valhalla, with contracts to honor, confirm new members into the group, etc. With such a diverse mix of characters and specialties within their ranks, there is always a willing crew available for the required task at hand, coming into each battle hard and making their impact felt, igniting like madmen. And wow,
that's awesome.
Now
it is really cool.
I'm gonna show. Let's see the first, because there was actually another post too, but let's just talk about this first. Let's just look at this artwork first. Now, I was actually looking at these closely because I think people were saying like something about orcs in these. I don't see an orc here. I see like a gorilla. I don't know what the head of this is, but it's definitely not an orc. This
Oh,
is like...
is it a 4-person squad?
This is like
So-
a
Or is it a
hammerhead
3-person
shark.
squad?
I don't know what this is. It's... there could be like a dwarf here and just other creatures with spiny... like dinosaurs. I think
I mean,
there's
that just
dinosaurs.
looks like a dragon
living
guy,
dinosaurs.
like a lizard.
So, yeah, if you look closely, like these are the sketches of especially the ones with the most detail. Those are already the miniatures we saw at Gen Con. Like
Yeah.
the one in the middle, he's the hammerhead shark dude.
Okay.
We got the lizard with the hammer, and then the Primadon character. Like these characters were on the board, and
Okay.
so I think that's what we're seeing is kind of their concept sketches that
Ah.
led to their design. And I think they're meant to be, those three in particular are meant to be a squad. That
Okay, no, but there's a dwarf. The dwarf's on that page too,
Right.
so it could
Yeah,
be a
very
4-man squad. I just noticed that now.
yeah, he's in the very bottom.
Yeah.
It would make sense. I mean, they're all meant to be from the same group, and so we don't know how they're organized just yet. Just that they're all part, like, and basically everybody we saw with a gas mask is part of the Dawn Raiders. So
Yeah. Now, on the other page, you have that woman with the two axis things.
mm-hmm.
Right.
That's also labeled as the Monster Slayer Unique Squad. So I think there's more than just one image in this unique squad.
Right.
We can open this one too in a second to see this. I love this.
I'm on Reddit at the moment. I jump ahead.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, we just haven't shown it. But I can show it. I can show it. So yeah, this
My
is.
bad,
I
sorry.
can't wait to see this miniature. And she has a mask. There's a thing with masks going on here, I think, a little bit.
Yep.
In majority of these miniatures that we've seen, they have masks. Does that mean like the air on Valhalla is bad, or they're somewhere else where the air is bad? I don't know. There's
my
so
theory.
much.
I know there is. My theory is still that something destroyed a giant chunk of the land that they live in,
Probably.
and it's like Mad Max, right?
Yeah.
So it's completely like a wasteland. They're wastelanders. So they
That's,
need some kind of breathing apparatus to survive.
Yeah, actually, I sent the art to my girlfriend. She said that exact same concept. It reminds her of Mad Max.
Yeah,
So,
which is
they get
really
that
cool because we
aesthetic.
don't have anyone like that, not even close.
And if
Um,
going off of that theory, actually, now that you brought it up, it reminded me. The Swarm of the Morrow started, like the whole concept of Swarm of the Morrow started with the fact that the Morrow were infesting Valhalla. Like they were actually like Vidar was having issues in his own nation because the water source was being poisoned by the Morrow, and he was like the only reason why he joined was to basically cast them out because he lost his people. Everybody from his home village or his home city that he was in charge of, they left. They all went on this exodus because the water source had been poisoned by the Morrow, and so that had just started to happen.
the water hole.
Someone's poisoned the water hole.
So assuming that this is in the future or a future, storyline, if the Morrow succeeded in completely infesting an entire the entire jungle of Valhalla, for example, because they were in the jungle at the time and they had already established their hives there. If they had succeeded in that infestation, perhaps gas masks are needed to deal with that area now because it's just covered in that hive infestation or something. So
Now in the trailer, the teaser where the miniatures are all set up, there's a lot of dead trees and ruined stuff there. You could be looking at a dead forest which was killed by some toxic environment, and that would kind of go along.
The
with
Morrow
that.
could totally kill the trees too because they would be poisoning the land and poisoning the soil, and then that just spreads into other regions and just infecting everything. So, 'cause, I mean, if you kill the water source, that kills a lot of things. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm interested to see, like, if obviously there's devastation, and how far in the future are we talking, and is like all of Valhalla devastated, or if it's a portion of it, or is it a different planet altogether? Because there's talk about integrating in different planets. Are we going to be going to different planets now? It's just I mean personally, and this is just a personal take of me. I mean, developers at Avalon Hill can do whatever they want. But personally, I liked the idea of everyone trapped on one planet. Make it as big as you want, different lands or whatever. but they're there. They're not anywhere else. They're there on Valhalla, and they stay there on Valhalla. And I'm guessing that's probably going to be what's going to happen, but I don't know. We'll see. And I mean, I'll keep an open mind, of course, because, well, it's not my story. But yeah, that was always my mindset from the beginning when I found out about this game.
So on thought of that, you know, in the information about this new faction, they mentioned they don't actually have an allegiance to any Valkyrie. So that would mean either Valkyrie are somewhere else other than Valhalla, if it's another planet, or this is still Valhalla.
And everyone's kind of separating, doing their own thing now.
Yeah. And they're saying, like, this isn't the only faction. There's more factions, too.
But that's great. Okay, so lore aside, what is their card gonna look like? Because every card has assigned generals. Is it just gonna be a blank spot?
It's probably just
or
gonna
will
say
it just have their
faction
own
name.
logo?
Oh, they'll have their
Right,
logo.
they-
Sure, they'll have their own
Yeah,
logo.
their own logo being the Dawn Rider Syndicate.
Who are these captains? I want to know. You don't have one Valkyrie general. You have a number of captains in charge. Are we going to have miniatures of those captains? I wonder.
I mean, we got
we
the
gonna know
Widow
about them?
teased, but there's probably going to be more captains, I think.
Yeah.
Right, I think
Yeah.
because are playable, yeah.
Yeah, I hope so.
Let me
That
see.
would be cool. That would be cool.
I know Dadscaper was talking a lot about more details regarding these units. I gotta find
And
some stuff he was saying.
And now, also today that dropped too. We're gonna not talk about lore for a second and drop into gameplay, because the other thing that was posted along with
some powers.
the drawings of this sword wielding a lady. We had this second note from Carmine, which says Day 2 Faction Powers, to highlight the awesome powers and synergy between our unique squads and the Dawn Raider Syndicate heroes. Let's take a look at how these monster slayers and the Widow work together to overwhelm their enemies on the field of battle. So the Captain's Way, power of unique hero. At the start of the game, choose one unique captain you control to be announced. So that's been edited out. While within four clear sight spaces of their chosen captain to be announced, roll one additional defense die against attacks from non-adjacent figures before taking a turn with to be announced. They're leaving out things. You may first take a turn with their chosen captain or Dawn Raider hero you control.
Well, what I'm reading, Ryan, are you reading that from Discord right now?
Huh?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I took a screenshot of it.
From what time? Because it was edited. That's not what it says now.
Oh, what does it say?
So
Oh, you
it
must have
says the
re-edited it.
captain's.
Because
It says the captain's way. Power of unique squad. At the start of the game, choose one unique captain you control by their chosen assigned captain. While within four clear sight spaces of the chosen captain, roll one additional a defense die against attacks from non-adjacent figures before taking the turn with the monster slayers. You may first take a turn with the chosen captain or Dawn Raider you control.
Okay. I took the screenshot at like 4:46 when it was posted originally.
So
Interesting,
maybe it was re-edited again. So
Yeah.
so
Chris
I'll
actually mentioned in Discord he made a mistake. He
Okay.
posted and it was an accident, and then he reposted. So
Joe, why don't you read the whole thing then what you got, and I'll just leave this up so people's brains can fill in on the screen. Just start from the beginning,
Yeah.
okay? If you can,
Okay, I'll read it again.
please. Yeah, the whole thing. Both.
Designer notes. Day 2. Faction powers. To highlight the awesome powers and synergy between our unique squads and the Dawn Raider Syndicate heroes, let's take a look on how these monster slayers and the Widow work together to overwhelm their enemies on the field of battle. The Captain's Way, power of unique squad. At the start of the game, choose one unique captain you control to be their chosen assigned captain. While within four clear sight spaces of their chosen captain, roll one additional defense die against attacks from non-adjacent figures Before taking a turn with the Monster Slayers, you may first take a turn with the chosen captain or Dawn Raider hero you control. Pirate Commander. Power of unique hero. If there is an order marker on the Widow, all Dawn Raider figures you control gain 1 additional attack die when attacking adjacent figures.
Okay, so just a lot of synergy stuff, and it's the first glimpse that we have about linking this hero apparently with this squad. So it's interesting. It's interesting because it's our first look at how these miniatures are actually going to be played. Jason, your thoughts?
I mean, this sounds, for the most part, kind of stuff we already have in Heroscape, except that you have basically the choice of who you want to bond the two units together, right? Because you've already got the idea of hero and unit bonding, to where one takes a turn another, and then that 4-square defense boost is similar to what Raylan does. So,
and I think because since it's been edited, like what's being shown, what was shown on the screen there was edited after I did the screenshot, that all this isn't in 100% stone just yet. They're probably really close, but it's still not 100% set in stone.
Right.
But it's still a nice glimpse.
But I would assume that the power of unique squad would most likely be the Monster Slayers.
yeah.
You know, that's why he says before taking a turn with the Monster Slayers, you may first take a turn with the chosen captain or Dawn Raider hero. But you know, they're doing that just in case if they choose not to do that power with that character.
Arable says basically green scale warriors.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just to go off of that comment, Dadscaper actually did make that mention. He said it's sort of like a green scales army. If only the Dragon's Lizard Folk synergy was a two-way street.
Oh, okay. Yeah. They have to be both next to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah. He said, do you want me to read some of the stuff Dadscaper said about it?
Yeah. I don't have those screenshots, but go ahead. Yeah.
I get it. So he said the pirate faction is one I spent a lot of time with. What you're looking at here is a couple of powers that are of course not final, but are pretty far along in the design stage. The Widow is a pirate commander, and the Monster Hunters are a pirate squad. One of the coolest things about pirates, both real and fictional, is the colorful personalities of the captains. So when setting out the basic structure of the faction, I wanted the relationship of captain and crew to take center stage. So what you're looking at here is what I came up with, a sort of bonding power that interacts with, among others, captains, who in turn might reflect effects back onto the pirates themselves. And then he's mentioned them being like the green scales. And he said he can't reveal entire designs, but I can talk about the faction a bit. And then some people asked some questions, and let's see. He said that a unique squad is currently 3.
Okay.
The Monster Slayers. It's a squad of 3. A unique squad of 3. They are pirates, and they have other powers. And the captain is probably going to be a class. It's a new thing. They don't have captains in the game yet, so they're going to be adding.
Yeah. I don't think there is. Wow. Huh.
So
You can tell there's going to be a lot of depth to all this.
Mm-hmm. They've taken a lot of time to look over everything.
And this is just 3 concept drawings and 3 paragraphs of stuff that's just a squad and a hero, basically. Talk about that.
Yeah, and it tells us a lot about what they have planned. Mm-hmm. It's remarkable, truly.
Yeah, it is. And so that is that for the information so far for what they posted. And I do want to get to a couple more things before. And look at that, we still got this in like an hour. Which is nice. I was wondering, okay, how long is this going to go for? And sorry for those glitches at the beginning, everybody too. But I think everything is going smoothly now. I do want to mention a couple other things talked about that was mentioned within the forums and on Discord that is interesting. First, I know we had this question before about squads, and obviously we saw the answer today, but through Craig Van Nest, someone asked the question, you know, is this still going to be the battle of all time, and will there still be squads? And Craig Van Nest says, yes, it will be the battle for all time, and there will be squads. Although everybody pretty much knew that anyway, but I just wanted to mention it. So yeah, we got our confirmation there that yes, it's going to be very much so Heroscape in every way. It just now, is anybody really thinking about painted or unpainted anymore? I'm just going to mention this once. No. I think the more that we find out, that's going to be way in the back of our heads. Only it's going to be like a byword, a joke in the future, basically. But
I'm really just excited to get more Scape.
Yeah, and Airball is asking a good question though. So how does this new dragon thingy fit into all of that?
No idea.
Well, maybe it's a monster that they hunt.
Right. I think that was the general assumption in the beginning because there was hints that they were monster hunters.
It's probably from another faction.
Right. I could see that. Another
Possibly.
faction, or actually one of the generals summoned the dragon and.
Or the dragon is a monster hunter faction captain.
What if the general, like, so assuming it based on its appearance, you know, a lot of people have been saying Valkyrie, but the Valkyrie summoned the dragon, and then the monster slayers are hired to kill it because no one else can, or something like that.
I think it just comes down to we need a lot more dragons. Chris, Craig, just throw us dragons like crazy, and we don't care if we have to paint them. Just bring them. Bring them on.
Now, one thing about that giant dragon, remember its name was what? Like Order of Life something?
Yeah, Dryon Lifeborn Order Dragon. That's what they said.
That doesn't sound like an evil name. That sounds like a good guy name.
Right.
You have like order and life in a name. That's not usually something you see in bad guys. So
or like a mercenary group. Yeah, for sure.
Is there any assumption that these monsters that are being hunted are the bad guys? Because traditionally in fiction, the monsters that are the bad guys,
the mercenaries,
and the hunters are the good guys. They're going after them. That's how, all throughout fantasy literature, that's how it is.
I would consider
Could it possibly be that these pirate guys are bad guys, and by hunting these monsters, are killing the world?
Oof.
Possibly.
What if, the dragon's providing life to the world because he's an order life-born dragon, and if they're dying, the world's dying with them.
Right.
That's my new crazy theory.
It's a good thought. Good thought.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
but
like
is Thanos really the bad guy though?
Yes.
Always.
He's an idiot.
Always.
I mean, I really feel for him and his goals.
No.
Wait, you're talking about Thanos? Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm bringing Thanos into this. Well, he's kind of tied to Heroscape.
There's plenty of reasons.
Wait, he's in Heroscape.
Exactly.
Yeah. Hang on. Actually, hang on. Yeah.
There he is.
So.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I actually, fun fact, I've officially unpacked all my Heroscape. I've gone through and gotten them, so now I must inventory and figure out what I have and what I need.
Oh,
so
excellent.
It's gonna be fun. And then the girlfriend told me that I can send her the list and she'll look into getting me some, and I was like, what? So I'm about to be spoiled. I'm about to be spoiled. Also, that I did tell her, I warned her. I warned her sufficiently. I was like, if you're going to do this, do be prepared. This is a very expensive hobby. She said she would buy me some, so I'm gonna take advantage of that offer. So.
And yeah. I guess I should announce that I've officially packed up all my miniatures into because after several years of going through them and animating them, they need to be packed away for a little while.
That's fair. Yeah.
I brought them out for EscapeCon, and then it's like, okay, I gotta put them back. Just
I had to figure out what I have, and it's been so long since I've touched my miniatures, so I had to figure it all out.
But actually, not all of them. Back here, there's a box full that I need to open and go through still. I've been sitting there for a couple weeks. Yep. Anywho, okay. We are veering off. Let's get back. Okay, one more thing that I saw on Discord that I thought was interesting, which was, we'll just go to the top here. Jonathan says, Avalon Bill, can we get an announcement channel just for Heroscape? Because yeah, people were thinking, okay, what? And Avalon Bill, working on it. You read my mind after seeing how many passionate fans joined yesterday. So, and I think they did that earlier today. So that's kind of like a mute post, but I don't know if that means they're going to do something separate, like to Discord, or what they have now as the announcement part for that. Not sure, but I think that's what they mean. But that was interesting. It's just good to see how engaged the people at Avalon Hill are with.
Oh yeah,
with the
I mean,
community.
and I want to say, so like, you know, Craig Van Ness, he made the comment a while back about how he wanted to, he loved seeing the fans and the interaction stuff, but he avoided the forums for a while because he didn't want people's commentary to affect the design process. He was worried.
Absolutely, I agree.
He was worried that, like, because let's be honest, Fanscape is incredible. Like, the stuff that the fans have created in the 12 years, like, amazing content. But like, he didn't want that to spoil their own design, so he avoided the forums for a while. But
there's also
that's
legal reasons too, by the way.
That too. Yeah, probably. He can't, certain things he's not allowed to say. But yeah, now that he's
I'll
like,
explain more in a moment.
Yeah, for sure. He interacts now in the, like, he actually I made a comment in the Discord. I said something about Heroscape being the imagination machine, because, you know, people are like, man, this is giving me new ideas, and I was like, yeah, welcome to Heroscape. It literally, whatever this game is, it's just going to like spur the creative spark. And I meant that comment, and Craig Van Ness liked it, and I was like,
nice.
So
I mean,
Craig
you guys
Van
are
Ness liked my
absolutely
post,
not
no?
wrong.
I was like, ooh!
Okay, Jason.
Funny.
Yeah, so as a game designer, you can't take unsolicited ideas from people. The reason being is if I'm, say, active in a community where people are tossing out random ideas for my game, and I even unintentionally incorporate one of those into the main product without getting proper permission, there is potentially, theoretically, a legal avenue for the person who came up with the idea to sue me for some kind of infringement.
Oh,
So it's very, very common for any kind of design staff of a game to not actually be involved in a community where it's being discussed.
And he even said that, like, when he joined the forums back in when he started taking questions from people and stuff like that, he basically says, like, I couldn't be here before, but now I can. Ask me anything. And, you know, that thread is still live today. Actually, people are still asking questions, so it's really funny. And he still answers, by the way. So if you have questions for Craig Van Ness, head on over to heroescapers.com. You can actually ask him.
Yeah, we got some nice guys who answer whatever they can. It's a nice
for
thing.
sure. Really, really active team.
Now, before we sign off tonight, I do have actually a couple more Heroscapers Facebook comments, because I like throwing those in too sometimes, and they're both about Morrow, and they're kind of about lore. So, Jeremy, this might be your thing, although all of us can comment if needed. Let me go to the first one here. So it says, from Zachary Sherry, is it just me, or is the Morrow race the biggest out of all the races? There's a much bigger figure variety of Morrow than anything else, it seems. Is there a lore reason, or are the Morrow just a really popular race to play with? Also considering some have weapons, they give me a sentient zombie vibes and such. So, our lore master, Jeremy, what do you say?
Yeah, so the Morrow, they replicate. They're, you know, it's starting from the very first group that we got in Rise of Valkyrie. Their main power was Morrow clone. And so by the time that Swarm of the Morrow, the entire Master Set's story was developing the tale that once they had been summoned to Valhalla, you see, Utgard wasn't really interested in what they were doing so much as that they fought for him. And behind the scenes, they started infesting the land. So, you know, bringing back what we were talking about with the poison and stuff like that. Like, they infested the water sources. They were infesting the jungle of Takala, right? And so at this point in history, at least at this point, there's so much Morrow because there's so much, you know, their hive is on Valhalla right now. They're basically just, you know, mass breeding in this huge, you know, much more numbers than any of the other generals can summon, because everything that's been brought to the planet has been summoned. The Maro are self-replicating. They're producing more copies of themselves on Valhalla. So there's like double, triple, quadruple the amount that we would see from the summons, because Valkyrie have to use mental fortitude to do this. They have to exert this like effort to get into these visions and bring these characters to their home planet. Whereas the Maro could just boop, there's a bunch of more Maro, like, and they just creating more and more and more of them. And not even that, we got Wasaga, which was created as a direct result of counter replication technologies. They saw that the Vipers were winning through the slither attacks and stuff like that, so they make a Maro snake to fight back the Vipers. They make a Maro dragon. They're observing who they're fighting, and they're responding by producing more like DNA replicants and things like that. It's just this really creepy vibe that they give off, that they're able to respond to threats by becoming the threat and things like that, and it's pretty intense. So yeah,
I love that, and that's what I love about the Maro. I love the idea that they can grow in numbers. Even though it is a hive, but it's a very smart hive, and they can adapt. And I love being able to adapt.
Right, Jason?
Yeah, I mean, that sounds great for the Maro. I just don't have a whole lot to add to that. You did a good job of explaining everything.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Okay, and one more thing, and it's another Maro question, actually kind of about the hive mind here. It says, from Joshua Camp on Heroscaper's Facebook, it says, I'm hoping one of the new factions is led by the Maro hive mind. Let's be honest, if Wasaga was made partially from Viper genetics, which was just mentioned, I would love to see what the Maro could do with a dinosaur, wolf, or even elf genetic material. I don't know about all of you, but I have always suspected the Maros were once primadons who followed the genetic tech a little too far and lost their way. What factions would you like to see, and what would be their backstory? So, what do you think? A Maro faction?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, like I said, some of the plots that they left behind when the game got discontinued, Kimoshi was actively planning to betray the general. Like she had three amulets that she used to take over people's minds. One was on Raylan, one was on Johnny Shotgun Sullivan, and the third was put on all it says was one of the generals in Ukar's army. They don't say who, but it's assumed that she took over Taylor, because they have art of that character in particular with the amulet on his chest, and his eyes are showing, like that she took him over. And they don't say anything after that. They say nothing about the result of that. But Kimoshi, yeah, her actual story shows that she was planning to betray the general from day one. So if they do a Maro faction like they're doing with the Dawn Raider Syndicate, it would fit very nicely into that storyline that was never finished.
It would. And besides our non-canon answer for Kimoshi, I would love to actually see another version of Kimoshi in Age of Annihilation or whatever they come up with. I hope they do, or maybe a descendant of Kimoshi or something just
or
as
one of her yeah, because the thing is, Kimoshi's really cool because she was created by a 10-year-old. She was the character that was created by a contest that Hasbro had to make a character.
Oh, wow.
And they picked that character, they gave it a comic book, they gave it a webisode, and then it became one of the main characters behind the storyline.
Legend.
Yeah, legendary character designed by a player. They definitely should bring her back in some sort of way just to keep that like legacy going. That would be really cool.
Agreed.
Wow, don't bite.
And Airbull says Maro Juton coming.
Oh gosh, the Maro Giant. Like actual wild swing, but with 4 arms or something. That
would be.
I've been sitting here trying to contemplate with myself, what would be a really cool Maro? Right. I mean, obviously, I don't think they can affect Soulborgs, because that would be the best thing. That would be my answer. Having a Maro Soulborg, but I don't know.
Right. Well, and I think Tolvakra is actually from the future of Maro. He came in. We never got the bio or lore for that, but Tolvakra is they pulled him from a distant future of the same planet.
So not just a teleporter, but a time traveling teleporter.
And he can teleport and use mind powers and stuff. So you can see that the Morrow progressed significantly in technology from the.
I hope they play on that.
Sure.
I hope they play on that because
What if we do see characters that, like, for example, what if there was a character that looks like a Contourna? You know, like it's just a big thing in the head, but it's not Morrow though. You can see like the original figure.
Right.
It's kind of like this idea of like, yeah, you're using the lore to explain why we use the same model.
Yeah.
You know, like
sure.
it's cheesing it.
We know that they use DNA, so you could just like put the originals that the DNA came from.
Exactly.
It works.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and if we got nothing else to say with that, I do have one more thing to mention.
Always one more.
Always one more.
One more thing.
One more bit of intel that I asked a source from Avalon Hill. I'm not going to reveal the name right now because I just don't want to. He can comment. He can comment on YouTube in this video, and if he wants me to reveal the name, then by all means, I will. But right now, I'm just gonna keep this source anonymous. So I asked the question about the posting of the design art stuff. You know, this information. Like what is the timetable of release for these things? Daily, weekly, or is it just going to be random? You know, and it's like, you know, you don't have to answer, but you know, if you can, then that would be cool. And the answer I got is kind of a mix. I think what's going to happen, and again, this is rumor. It could be false. It could be, you know, not true at all. So take what I say with a grain of salt, please. But it seems like the focus right now is for going for like two dumps a week. So two times a week. Different types of intel. Sometimes could be concept art, sometimes could be lore or rules. And we got all three this week.
Right.
So it looks like it tells me, I could be wrong, but it tells me that we might be getting just this type of information over the course of who knows how long, for the time being, which is fine. You know, they need to do what they need to do.
We have a lot to speculate about
with this universe. Then we have a lot to talk about, and then we get online here, and then we talk about it. But so that's just a little bit of inside information that I could have gotten from somebody, but again, that I'm just gonna say that's rumor right now. So that is pretty much all we have for tonight. And anything else you guys want to add before I'm not signing off? These guys are signing off. I'm going to continue editing episode 7, so this live stream will keep on going for as late as I'm able to stay awake. But anything else you guys want?
He's a champion.
Anything else I got to get this thing done. This has totally interrupted my editing schedule. It's just like I'm sure everybody's waiting for episode 7. I'm like, I am nowhere near done yet. Oh my gosh. It's just but whatever time I have, I'm going to use to edit it, so I'm going to do that a little bit tonight. Anything you guys want to say before I take myself on a break?
Well, I would like to say that I'm very excited for the Pirates. I'm all in on that. I think seeing Captain as a new class is so awesome. I love seeing new abilities, even though it's like something that we haven't seen, but also very similar. I love it. You know, I'm very excited to see what kind of new type of abilities we have. But I like these synergies of, you know, raising and lowering attack and defense with all these type of characters. You know, it kind of gives you this forcing you to use characters in a certain way and use other characters. And I hope, you know, and I have full faith in their entire team to give us the full Heroscape experience and not just be, I have to use these characters together and that's it. No, I'm hoping, like I said, I have faith that we will be able to see captains in other things that isn't the Dawn Raiders. You know, so that the Monster Slayers can work with other characters, and you can, you know, be a kid and just grab whatever you want and play with whatever you want. And even though maybe it's not the best combo, but it's possible because it's Heroscape. And like Jeremy and Brandness said, you know, this game sparks imagination.
It really does.
And I love that. That's what I feed off of, between building your own maps, building your characters and armies, you know, building the strategies you want to play with, and then being able to then play that whole entire game out. It just sparks that imagination. So having the title be the battle of all time is fantastic. The fact that they're continuing that concept, like I said, it's just signaling to me that they're doing the exact same thing but better.
The more we know, the more we get to know, the more intrigued I am.
Yes,
yeah, for sure. Jeremy, any thoughts?
I don't even know. Honestly, I feel like I'm dreaming. So I'm just like,
I feel like I'm in a different part of the like a multiverse thing.
Well, like I split the timeline in accident at some point. I tripped into a different reality because who put that on their bingo card for 2022 that Heroscape was coming back? Like, I didn't. I absolutely was not. I didn't have any plans. I didn't have any, like, I'll be honest, like, ScapeCon happened and that got me back into Heroscape, like, thinking about it, but I still wasn't like, oh yeah, like, time to get back into the game. Like, I was just like, oh cool, you know, I'm glad to see the community's doing so well. I got back onto the forums like a week later, you know, this is like simple stuff, but this is insane. This is just another level of absolute, just like, not only are we getting new Heroscape, we're getting a highly interactive team behind it that literally will answer your question if they're allowed to, mind you. You know, be mindful of what you ask, but they reply in real time. We're talking to them in real time. We're getting updates in real time. This is insane. And of course, I mean, the lore is sick. Like, it draws from the general idea that, you know, this war has been going on, and some characters that were summoned are sick of it. They're like, not my sort of beef, you know, and they're still on this planet, but they're deciding to do their own thing now, and for money, you know, which is just hilarious to me. It's like, can you imagine being saved by somebody like the Valkyrie pulls you out from your near-death experience, and then you're just like, nah, bye. You just walk off.
This is not my war.
Not my war, and you just want, like, you join the Dawn Raiders
awesome
instead. And it's like, no, it's so awesome. It's a new concept that, you know, now people can think about what does it mean to be someone living on Valhalla rather than someone that serves these generals. And that's a whole. I mean, I already know the fan fiction forum is going to go crazy. Like, they got stuff to talk about now. They got stuff to write, so it's going to be pretty cool. I'm excited to see what comes forward.
Jason,
I think you're assuming that the generals still have power and influence.
Right.
One or more of them is dead or irrelevant, then you would walk away from the army because it'd be dumb to keep fighting for them. I mean, you know, if you do any of the characters in the game really have any actual allegiance to the various Valkyrie generals for whatever reason, or they just got summoned there fighting this war for
right
now.
Well, besides the Kyrie,
no longer being fought.
Besides the Kyrie who were part of Valhalla in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, a lot of them, yeah, just that point, definitely. They just got summoned, and most of them are just helping because they feel like it. So it's like, yeah, you could just walk away.
I mean, man, being a Starbucks barista and then being summoned to this world to make coffee for all of these guys. Like, that's the kind of world we live in.
We don't need you for the war. We need some
We
caffeine.
need coffee now.
This war is harder than we thought. Can you make us a double frappe cappuccino? Like,
Yeah.
How many attack points do you get drinking a coffee? Yep.
Exactly. It's just, we just need a glyph. Can someone make a Starbucks glyph, please?
gonna assume they have all the coffee ingredients on Valhalla. I mean, you summon a barista, but nothing with them. You're
Imagine
really
the
screwed.
food that they're making now, you know? The cake pops. Think of the cake pops they're
We
making.
need to have a faction of cooks.
Yes! Oh my god!
They have it in Naruto.
Was there ever any discussion of the native wildlife to the world?
Some things, yeah. I mean, we've
Okay.
learned about the elementals that live on the planet and stuff like that, but you know, they.
Oh, they're part of Homeworld?
Mhm, yeah,
Wow.
the Moltarns. So not the elementals from
Yeah.
the D&D. The lava guys and the rock
Oh,
guys.
okay, yes. Okay,
Mhm.
okay.
They're
The
both
guys
from
that came with
Valhalla.
those, like, yeah.
Yes,
Mhm.
okay.
And we can
So
get
there's-
into that lore, or if you want to finish your sentence, but we can get into that lore some other time.
Yeah, for sure. I will ramble, so please stop me. Like you
They
don't,
don't
you
sound
don't.
like they'd be very good to eat, though. And hunt
No,
and
absolutely
kill.
not.
They can
Probably-
kind of kill you back pretty easily.
Maybe hunt some
kinda
Quasatches.
we've
I don't
kinda
know.
seen what happens
Get some
in
Zute.
TOV, what elementals do to you, so yeah.
Right.
Anywho, okay. Wow. Okay, well, yeah, what a night. And thank you, everybody, for watching
Good
so
stuff.
far. Please feel free to stick around, lurk, because I appreciate the lurking. And if you have commented and we haven't read it, it's because for some reason my comment, like my text window thing on my computer is just not working. Like I said, we've had glitches in the system tonight. Hopefully I can get those fixed before Sunday. But if you guys want to quickly plug your channels, Jason?
Thanks for having me. I'm Jason, the creator of the Tabletop Battlefield over at Rocker Robotics, all one word, on YouTube, and Empire Under Siege. If you want to check out my Space Combat Miniatures game, new expansion, I keep showing here, it just came out a couple days ago.
It's a really fun game, by the way. Jeremy?
So I am at the SLM Call It. You can find me on Twitch as at @the_SLM, on Twitter _SLM, and on YouTube through typing the SLM Call It in search. I still got to get my handle. I'm working on that. So.
Joe.
And I am Joe Crazy 3193. And for anyone that has been following, I am creating. My friends and I are making a bingo board of predictions of what we're going to be getting in Age of Annihilation. So if you have any ideas or for your own predictions, I know a lot of people have been messaging me, so please continue messaging me with your ideas. I'm recording that video tomorrow night with Glenn, and hopefully I'll get it out either for Friday or this weekend. So please send your predictions in.
Awesome. And there'll be links in the description below if you're watching this on YouTube. And I don't even think I introduced myself at the beginning of this live stream. I don't think I did. But
Did you not?
No, I did. I'm Ryan, by the way. The guy who makes the stop motion animated series called Tales of Valhalla, now officially non-canon. Because we have all this canon stuff happening. Like I said, I still need to. I haven't even had time to think about rewriting. I will get to it sometime, but I haven't yet. Anyway, yeah, doing this stuff, and but like I said, still going to continue to live stream. But for now, if you're watching this on YouTube, we are going to close out this video. Thank you guys for watching, and whenever there's a bunch of new information, I'm thinking if this is like a couple times a week, and we've already had a couple times a week, we might not do an update stream this Sunday. We might wait until next Wednesday, or whenever we get just a boatload of stuff to talk about. But until the next update on Age of Annihilation, thank you guys for watching. Feel free, again, to leave comments below, and I will most likely read them on the live stream. Like, share, subscribe, press all the buttons. Follow me on Twitch. I keep on getting more subscribers, a few more Twitch followers. Please keep on showing your support as best as possible to the channel, as well as to Jason, Joe, Jeremy, and all the links will be provided for you in the description below. Thank you guys for your support.
Thank you.
We will see you
Thank
next
you.
time. When we've got things to talk about that you already know. Later now. Oh yeah, go ahead and wave. Hey, this is Ryan. Okay, and you thought the video was going to end, huh? It will end in a second. I just wanted to say, you have a purpose in your life. Find it, pursue it, live it. See you next time.